transmitted yet. We shall give a report on those that may have not transmitted by the end of the day today. I also want to confirm that results, including those in areas that used manual voter register, that's Makueni in Kibwezi West constituency, where there were 84 polling stations that voted manually, and 154 polling stations in Kakamega, especially Malava constituency, in Kakamega, have all transmitted the Form 34As, except 2 in Malava constituency. What happened here is that voting was done manual, but by the time of counting, the commission had ensured that the KIMS kits were ready and deployed for transmission. So transmission took place as envisaged in those 2 areas where largely voting was done manually. Collecting and announcement of results in a majority of constituencies is complete, and the returning officers have now started coming to physically deliver the results of Form 34As and 34Bs here at Bomas. And there are teams, as you can see, in the center of the auditorium working on it. And we hope that this exercise will largely take place mainly between today and tomorrow, and we hope to finalize in due course. As I said yesterday, just to repeat what's going on at the auditorium lobby, verification of transmitted image of results is happening from 34As against from 34Bs. That verification is what's happening there. And then there's also verification of 34Bs against 34As. And there's a team which is collating from 34C. And we shall then be able to populate that on the screen and come up with also percentages of the candidates. And then we shall also be able to know which candidate has scored in terms of the counties to meet the minimum threshold of 25%. And finally, we shall do the declaration of presidential results. In conclusion, I wish to say that the law requires that the Commission undertakes this exercise within 7 days from the presidential election. And as I said earlier, we shall endeavor to conclude this exercise at the earliest possible time. And once again, urge Kenyans for their patience as we undertake this important exercise. So thank you very much. I would like now to introduce the team leader for purposes of this exercise ongoing, Professor Gulie, to come forward and give some guidelines on what's happening on the floor. And then if you have any questions, we can take after that. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. We did explain the process that is taking place at the auditorium floor, but we explained to the presidential agents then, but it's good for us to explain to everyone here what is going on. We have currently 4 desks that are going to serve returning officers as they come in. The returning officers will come in through this gate on my right here at the bottom, and they will walk to any of the 4 desks, 1, 2, 3, 4, any of the 4 desks that will be available. At the desks, once the PO arrives, they come with the original results form as announced at the polling station. That is the result form A. They will also come with the collated constituency-wide results form, which is the form B. What happens there is once they arrive at the respective desks, they will present the originals plus copies of the same. And copies will be given to each of the presidential agents on the desks. And on that desk, apart from our team that is going to do the work that they are assigned, there are presidential agents, 4 of them on the extreme ends of the table. The returning officer will sit on the left side, and our team, the receiving and quality assurance, will be on the right side of the desks, and the agents are on either side of the corner of the desk. Upon presenting the forms, the team, IEBC team, will do the receiving part of the forms, and here they will do preliminary checks. Are all the forms correctly filled? Are they stamped? Is there a missing entry in the Form B? So that's what they do. Then amongst the team, there will be those who will be doing quality assurance. And here, they will be checking the original Form B that has been brought by the returning officer. And as I said earlier, the Form B is a summation of the Form S in the constituency where the returning officer is in charge. So they will check the entries of B against each of the Form A original that is there, or presented by the RO. So they will check B against the original S to ensure that the entries in the B originates from the Form A. Then after that, we have these 2 desks. They're actually coordinators' desks. What will happen is that that particular desk, the receiving and the QA desk, will also generate, in the event that there are any disparities between A and the B, they will be capturing those errors. And since, as a commission, we cannot alter if the error originates from the polling station result form, since we cannot alter, they will generate an error report, which will be presented alongside the certified copies of the originals to the Supreme Court. So that's what that desk is doing, and all the other 3 desks are replicating that. And while we are at those desks, we ask observers, agents, or anybody not to take any pictures of what is going on the desks. And please respect us. We have given you as much openness as is possible, but respect the privacy of the people who are working there and their faces. We do not want any pictures taken on any of these desks. I hope it is clear to media, observers, and any agent present. We do not want the faces of our officers to be splashed all over the world. The coordination desk is a second check on what the quality assurance, the B versus A, have done. So it's a second check, and that is what happens there. It also, that desk also does, whereas the 4 desks are checking the original B versus the original A, that particular desk does a check of original A versus the uploaded image of the form in the web portal. From the polling station, POs are supposed to transmit the image of the form from the polling station, and once it is transmitted, a copy is deposited in a publicly accessible web portal. So what this desk will do is to check whether what has been uploaded in the publicly accessible web portal matches the original Form A which the RO has brought. So this is to ensure that what has been uploaded and is available to the public is the correct image of the original Form A as declared at the polling station. So that is one of the coordinating desks here will do. And so The other desk is administrative, is in charge of the entire process. They will also do a quality overall check to ensure that everything is seamlessly running. And the returning officer, once is done with the quality assurance, actually can present the originals to the presidential returning officer. And we have a safe at the back end where all the originals will be kept under lock and key. So that is what is happening here on the floor. We have given presidential agents an application program link, and so they can use their APIs to download and to come here when they already have the results. If they don't want to use their API access, it is even easier to access it from the public web portal. You can actually download by constituency the PDF copies of all the A's in that particular constituency from the public portal. So we are not coming here, agents, presidential agents should not come here to do a tally here or to counter-check and do entries on their results here. Because if that is to happen, 1 hour will take 3, 4, 5 hours. We don't have that time. So please access, use your API rights given to you, or you can use the public portal to download forms and do your preliminary checks. All you are coming here is for confirmations once you are given copies of the original A's and B's as they arrive. And this is to expedite the process. So that is what is happening. And we thought we would need to explain that so that we don't make this process too laborious. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That was Professor Gulie, who has given details of what is happening at the center of the auditorium floor, the verification of the results, statutory Forms A and Forms B. And for those who are watching us from various platforms, we are at the National Tallying Center here at Bomas of Kenya. And the next update from the National Returning Officer, Mr. Wafula Chebukati, will be at 4 o'clock. Thank you.